It started innocently enough, an advertisement I came across while scrolling through my social media feed. The ad showed a young woman in a luxurious apartment, flashing her phone screen with a glowing smile, claiming she had made thousands trading Forex. I went from zero to financial freedom in just 6 months, the caption read. My curiosity piqued, and as someone who had always been intrigued by financial independence, I decided to learn more. I clicked the link, which took me to a sleek website. The design was professional, the testimonials seemed real, and there were links to success stories. The website promised quick and substantial returns with minimal effort, and all I had to do was invest a small amount to get started. I didn't think much of it at first, but then I saw a live chat pop up on the website. A friendly customer service representative greeted me instantly. Her name was Emily, and she was warm and inviting. Emily assured me that Forex trading wasn't as complicated as people thought, and she could walk me through the entire process. All I needed to do was sign up with an initial deposit. She claimed the company had an algorithm that made trades automatically, ensuring success. Start small, just $250 to see how it goes, she suggested. It didn't seem like much, so I transferred the money. The process felt easy and seamless. Within days, I started seeing my balance grow on the platform. My first trade went up by $50, then $100, and soon I had doubled my initial investment. The thrill was intoxicating. The trades were being managed for me, but I felt a rush of control and excitement. For someone who had always lived paycheck to paycheck, this was a dream come true. Emily checked in with me regularly. She congratulated me on my small victories and suggested I increase my investments. You're doing so well. Imagine how much you can make if you scale up. She encouraged, so I did. I started adding more money to the account. First $500, then $1,000 with each deposit. The wins became bigger and more frequent. I felt like I had found the golden ticket. One day, I logged in and saw a huge spike in my account. My balance was up by $5,000. I was ecstatic. I had never seen that much money in my life. Emily reached out immediately, congratulating me on my success. She suggested that I withdraw some of my profits, but only a small amount, as reinvesting could yield even greater returns. I agreed. The next few days felt like a whirlwind. More wins, more deposits, and larger withdrawals. It felt like a game of winning streaks. The feeling of wealth, of financial freedom, was so close I could almost taste it. Emily assured me that I was on the right track and had the potential to reach 6 figures by the end of the year. I began to dream of quitting my day job, traveling the world, and buying things I had always wanted. But then, things started to change. It started small, one trade that didn't go as expected. I lost $500. I shrug it off. That's part of the game, I told myself. But then, more trades went south. A couple of losses turned into several. My balance started to dip, and soon, I was back to where I started. Emily told me not to worry. She said it was all part of the process and that the algorithm would make up for the losses. Trust the system, she said. I increased my investments again, hoping to make up for the losses. The losses kept mounting. Every time I asked Emily for advice, she was reassuring, telling me that the market was volatile and that the algorithm would eventually balance out. But it didn't. At one point, I had invested over $15,000. My account was almost empty, but Emily kept pushing me to deposit more money. She promised that my next big win was just around the corner. I was desperate. I took out a loan to invest more, hoping that it would turn everything around. My heart raced as I sent the money over. But the trades kept failing. One evening, I logged in and saw my balance was at $0. My heart sank. I immediately contacted Emily, but she didn't respond. I called the customer support number, but it went to voicemail. Panic set in as I scrolled through the website. Only now, the once sleek and professional pages were loading slowly. The links were broken, The chat feature was gone. I tried to withdraw what little remained in my account, but every time I attempted, the system flagged my withdrawal as pending approval. Days turned into weeks, and no one from the company responded. I went back to the social media ad where I had first found them, only to find that it had been taken down. The website was offline. The company's phone number no longer worked. The realization hit me. I had been scammed. The next few months were a blur. I spent countless hours trying to track down the company, only to find that they had disappeared. The name on the website led nowhere, and all the contact information was fake. I reported the incident to my bank, but they couldn't recover the funds because I had authorized the transfers. I was left with nothing, $15,000 in debt, a loan I couldn't pay back, and a broken sense of trust. I felt ashamed and embarrassed. I had been so eager to make money that I didn't stop to question the legitimacy of the company. I told myself that it was my fault for being greedy, for thinking that I could become wealthy so quickly. I had lost everything. The dreams of financial freedom were shattered, and I had only myself to blame. But I also realized that I wasn't the only one. As I began talking to others online, I discovered that many had fallen for the same scam. It was a network of victims, each with their own story of hope, desperation, and loss. I wasn't alone in my mistake, but it didn't make the sting any less painful. It's been over a year since the scam, and I'm still working to rebuild my life. I've learned valuable lessons, but the scars are still there. I'm more cautious now, more skeptical when it comes to investments. I've taken financial courses and become more knowledgeable about how the market works, but nothing will ever undo the damage that was done. I still think about the money I lost, the future I thought I had, and the person I thought I was. If there's anything I've learned from this experience, it's that no matter how convincing a story sounds, no matter how glamorous the lifestyle seems, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I've learned to trust my instincts and to be aware of the red flags. Now, I share my story with others in the hope that they can learn from my mistake. If you're thinking about investing in Forex or any other type of trading, take the time to research, to understand the risks, and to ask questions. Don't fall for the promise of overnight wealth. The price of that illusion is far too high. If you found this story helpful or eye-opening, please consider sharing it with someone who might be at risk. The more people know about these scams, the harder it becomes for scammers to succeed. And if you've experienced something similar or want to share your story to help others, send it to the email in the description below or comment section. You might save someone from falling into the same trap. This is Michael Mitnick, where we expose scammers so you can stay safe.